I've just been handed this late breaking news from the Oddball news desk. Kai Jones of the Charlotte Hornets has officially requested to be traded from the Charlotte Hornets, according to a tweet from him that says, quote, I've officially requested to be traded from the Charlotte Hornets. Hashtag GOAT life. Kids, just say no. When they come to you, tell you this is what the cool kids are doing, just say no. Chris Paul made his Warriors debut and it kind of worked. I don't know. I mean, he had 6 points and 5 assists in 13 minutes of play as the Warriors defeated the Los Angeles Lakers. Draymond Green didn't play. Klay Thompson started at the 4. It was wonky. It's preseason, folks. Steve Kerr said to Paul after the game, there's a pace to the game that is fun to watch as a coach, where you just kind of know he's going to be making the right play over and over. He understands when we need to pull it back and get into an inaction or play faster because he understands the rhythm of the game. So Chris is amazing. Really fun to have him on our side finally. Who amongst us doesn't love a honeymoon? This is like the weirdest edition of 90 Day Fiance, right? Like it's going to fall apart at some point. No? Okay.
I don't know. Steve Kerr saying this is really fun feels like, is it? But
it's essentially him announcing that he just bought a boat called the SS Live Forever.
On Sunday, during their preseason win against the Philadelphia 76ers, the Boston Celtics' Jaylen Brown was seen walking around with his shorts on backwards to be exact. And I've got to tell you guys, I have never related to an athlete more. Do you know how many times I've gone out in public with my shirt on inside out, or like my pants on inside out once actually, or like my fly unzipped, or my pants on backwards, just like Jaylen. Like I haven't related to an athlete this much since, well, I guess since last week when Nikola Jokic said that his summer was too short.
How do you pants, Charlotte? Usually have a button, right?
Mm-hmm.
So how do you reach the point where you left the house with the pants on backwards?
You know what I mean? I ask myself that whenever it happens.
Okay. I mean, I think
it usually happens. It usually happens with pants that don't have buttons, like sweatpants, leggings. The other week I did wear my leggings inside out and they had pockets. So I was like trying to find the pockets. And then I realized that the pants were just. Anyway, do we have more?
I think we should just move on.
Okay.
According to reports, Team USA is reportedly looking at adding Drew Holiday to the roster for the 2024 Olympics. So let me get this straight. They want Holiday to play basketball during Holiday's summer holiday. You like that one?
Yeah, a lot.
Yeah, just like you drew it up, huh?
Yeah, you executed that play beautifully. I mean, thank you.
I drew it up. Closed captions will get it. Drew. See his name. Name, what you guys got? His name is Drew, and it sounds kind of like Drew. Okay. Get it. You'll get it later in post.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. The Celtics again. Peyton Pritchard showed up.
A lot of Celtics news today.
Well, a lot happened, and I love them. Peyton Pritchard showed up in the game ready to play after getting paid, agreeing to a 4-year, $30 million extension. Now, I mean, do you remember at Summer League, which could have been 3 months ago or last week, depending on when this is airing, we were going through players who would be better if they had different names?
Yes, this was an NBA Reddit segment, right?
Yes, let's roll the tape on that.
I'm on the fence about Peyton Pritchard.
Oh, no, yeah, we got to change that one.
I think we got to, but also I feel like maybe it's working for him.
No, I mean, it's on brand.
Yeah.
But I think he didn't get on the floor most of the time in the playoffs. So maybe if his name was something else, instead of Peyton Pritchard, how about?
Oh, I have it. Mm-hmm. Richard Pritchard.
That's a nice end to the segment right there.
I do remember that conversation now.
Right? So I think that Peyton clearly watches Oddball and to quote the meme that I use as a crutch most often in this segment, he took it personally.
Speaking to the Miami Herald's Anthony Craig, Tyler Herro discussed his goal for the upcoming season and how the Heat's failed attempt to land Damian Lillard and trade him away was, motivation. Saying, quote, "If you look around the league, I'm right there with every young guy that they say is the next thing or whatever it is. I know my value. I know I'm one of them, and I don't need to say it. I'll show you." Okay, I'm no linguistics expert, but I kind of feel like he said it, right? He said, I don't have to say it, right? And then he said it. I'm trying to do the math. I feel like I'm doing word count right now as I'm trying to add this up.
Yeah, if you say you don't have to say it, you just said it, which means you do have to say it.
Well, I mean, you could say I don't have to say it, but then you don't say it. But then he said it right before that. He said, I don't have to say it, but then he had already said it by then.
Huh.
Is he contradicting himself? Also, by the way, you know who else looked around the league and measured Tyler Herro's value? The Miami Heat. And the Portland Trailblazers, too, I'm assuming, because they said no also. So
I think a few teams probably looked around the league and checked out Tyler Herro's value.
I say I don't have to say it. I'm just saying it.
Yeah, we're not saying it. We're saying it.
By the way, meanwhile in Portland, this was happening. In other news, Dillon Brooks is already busting out some moves in Houston. Dance moves, that is. Here he is at the Rocket scrimmage. That's nice. They're going to have the worst record in the league, aren't they?
Yeah, I mean, I have a few questions when the announcer says at the end, what does he say? He goes, "Give it up for Dillon Brooks." It sounds like he's announcing like a bridal party walking into the reception after a wedding. Like, is Dillon Brooks being hazed? Did he decide to do this? I feel like we might need to do an investigation on why was Dillon Brooks dancing.
Charlotte, you're going to Houston.
Oh, no.
Also, I like the idea that you're saying, what is this, a bridal party? When bridal parties and weddings got that from sporting events, specifically basketball. PA announcers were doing that. Yeah, that's why they do that, Charlotte. They didn't make it. You thought like when your grandmother got married, there was a guy saying, "Coming in."
No,
all the way from Holland.
Oh, it all makes a lot more sense now.
You thought your parents, like the lights got low and laser show started and down.
Can we move on?
Victor Wembanyama debuted in front of 13,000 Spurs fans in an open scrimmage. Had some quotes, Charlotte. Listen to some of these quotes. Okay. It really warmed my heart to see that every time a player of our team stepped onto the court, they almost had a standing ovation. It's all I expected, but it still feels good. He went on to say, "I think the best players can be the ones who make his teammates better. So this is someone I want to get close to. You can't win by just yourself." And I got to say, Charlotte, since time immemorial, every time a human being has to learn a new language, the first words you learn are bitch, all the cuss words, all the George Carlin seven deadly words, right? This guy, he learns English, oh, prim and proper. Oh, I'm so happy about the standing ovation. Oh, I want to get to know my guy. What is this? Who is this guy? Oh, goody two shoes over here. Did we get a basketball Russell Wilson from France?
Oh, no.
Yeah,
it does sound like he learned to speak English using a book of basketball platitudes. But what if it's also just like really nice? What if he's just a sweet boy?
I don't want a sweet boy. Wow, that's crazy. That's crazy. Oh man, this is time for me to unveil my limited fake Mason Betha. Wow, killer, that's crazy. He said he don't want a sweet boy. Right. Let's just end this segment right here, man. Oh my god.